Hello everyone, this is Wednesday, August 10, July 2022 and we are doing the Hindu Delhi edition and we will be first identifying the most important news and followed by a detailed discussion. So let's go on and find out the most important news, right? For RJD set to form government affairs, okay. From 7 parties, oh, okay. Let's see the next news. Maharashtra cabinet has been expanded, Noida political. Tyagi arrested for mere, not required. Okay, we'll do this, what it is. Okay. Come upon Yamuna floodplain and fine. Okay. Okay. Gets a new president. Okay, fine. We don't have anything here. Okay. Kerala on edge. Okay, now this is one thing that you must know. This proxy teacher issue, right? Appointed substitutes, right? So know this thing. This is a case study. Let me write it there. Case study. Okay. Education. Withdrawal of data bill was a bad move. Okay. We have already done this data part now. Okay, let's see. Fair trial goes beyond courts, the police and media. Needs to aid mechanism that aims to preserve the basic principle of judicial system. Why it has come? Because recently CJI has said that media is doing kangaroo trials and all those things, right? This is affecting the justice delivery. Okay, so I don't see any important thing here. We'll see if we need to do anything, then only we'll do that. Okay, we'll do the gist. SSLV. Okay, the guardian adoption of minor, again the gist. Not required. Okay. There is nothing here. Okay. Okay, we have nothing here. Okay. Mm-hmm. PSU health insurance losses came to it, and not anything. I don't see anything important today. Still, we'll do one article if required. Okay, fine. Let's do at least one article because none of the important news are there. Which we should do. Let's see. We'll do this data privacy bill, right? Shared history, leave it. Okay. So let's go on and analyze the most important news now. We don't have any news here on this. Okay, here we have new privacy feature on WhatsApp. Okay, we able to leave groups silently and choose who can see them online. Okay, a good feature. User announced a new privacy by following the user of the instant messaging service will now be able to leave the group silently as well as choose who can see when they are online. WhatsApp will also block tracking screenshots for viewed once messages. Okay, will also block taking screenshots for view once messages. Okay, so if your message is only view once, then it will be you cannot take a screenshot now. With the leave group silent feature, WhatsApp user will now be able to exit a group privately without having to notify everyone. Now instead of notifying the full group when leaving, only the admins of the group will be notified. The feature will be rolled out to all users. Seeing when friends or families are online help user to feel connected to one another, but everyone has a time when they want to check their WhatsApp privately. For times when you want to keep your online presence private, WhatsApp is introducing the ability to select who can see and who can't see you online. The company said in such a statement. Block screenshot. Additionally, the application will now block screenshots for view once messages. It noted that view once message is already an incredibly popular way to share photos or media that does not need to have permanent digital record. Now WhatsApp enabling screenshot blocking for such messages to add extra layer of protection. The feature is being tested and will be rolled out to users soon. Okay, to spread awareness. Okay, fine. So these are the three things that are being introduced. Now let's move further and see what else is there. So there were no news on this page. We have to do an editorial, actually a larger one. Okay, we'll see it at last, or let's do it now only. The enactment of, look, this article per se is not that important with respect to examination, right? It won't come in examination, but still you must see it. Withdrawal of data bill was a bad move. The enactment of personal data protection bill into law would have helped to create a framework for redress. Okay, in surprise development, government with drew the PDP bill 2019, thereby abruptly halting the country's quest for national data protection law that has been in works over 5 years. The reasons for the government are brief and cryptic. The short circular issued by Ministry MET simply states that considering the report of JPC Joint Parliamentary Committee, it has proposed 81 amendments and 12 recommendations. A comprehensive legal framework is being worked on. In the circumstances, the government proposed to withdraw the bill and a new bill that fits into the comprehensive legal framework will be presented. Okay, multiple iteration to no avail. Interestingly, there is no elaboration on what such comprehensive legal framework entails. The government could enact a fresh privacy legislation with comprehensive data protection law. Alternatively, it could subsume the data protection under ongoing attempt to revise the existing Technology Act of 2000. It could enact digital market law along the lines of European Union Digital Services Act, focusing on competition and innovation in the digital space. Unfortunately, the ministry circular leaves us with no clarity. Okay, so ministry circular does not give any clarity. The ministry attribution to the withdrawal to the JPC report is also at odds with the proposed amendments of JPC. Okay, which did not recommend withdrawing the BDP bill in favor of comprehensive legal framework. The second thing is that you have taken out the bill, you have rolled back the bill, but on the pretext of JPC's amendment requirement, but JPC has said that it is not needed to take the bill back. The lack of clarity on compounded by the fact that circular does not establish Any timeliness on when new bill will be introduced in the parliament or when it will be passed. This is particularly important given its drafting history of PDP bill. When the Supreme Court of India affirmed the right to privacy in historic K.S. Puttaswamy judgment 2017, the 9-judge bench of court referred the government office memorandum constituting B.N. Sri Krishna committee to suggest that draft data protection bill. The committee released its draft PDP bill in 2018, which was first publicly articulation of the data protection law in India. Subsequently, when the Supreme Court upheld the constitutionality of Aadhaar, the majority emphasized that it is believed that there is a need for proper legislative mechanism. It impressed upon the central government to bring out robust data protection regime, though the enactment of the law based on the recommendation of the Sri Krishna committee report with modification as deemed necessary. Okay, in December, this is the entire history how it has come out. Okay, in December 19, the government introduced PDP bill as a comprehensive personal data protection regime. Considering the importance of bill and controversies associated with various provisions of bill was referred to JPC for its recommendation. In 2021, JPC suggested multiple amendments to its reworded data protection bill. Okay, 2021, which privately privileged state exceptionalism over individual privacy while constituting strictly to regulate corporate actions. Now, after 5 years of hard work and 3 iterations of data protection legislation, the government has wasted its efforts to protect our privacy. The PDP bill as well as JPC recommendation as well as suggested DP Bill 2021 suffered from serious lacunae, leading Justice Sri Krishna to criticize the bill for its potential to turn India into Orwellian state. First, the bill expansive exemptions allowed the state to exempt the entire application of law simply as if it was expedient to do so in interest of national security or public order. The exemptions did not need to be tabled before the parliament and there was no provision for review or oversight of the government decision. In fact, Member of Parliament Jairam Ramesh pointed out in his dissent note, government agencies are treated as a separate privileged class whose operation and activities are always in public interest and individual privacy consideration are secondary. Second, PDP bill as well as JPC version established a strong regulator, the data protection authority with a lot of power but very little independence or accountability. Third, the bill imposed a strong data localization mandate requiring companies to store all sensitive personal data with critical personal data in India. Despite concerned around surveillance and increased cost of compliance expressed by the civil society and the private sector, the government did not endorse cross-border data transfer. Finally, the JPC recommended subsuming the regulation of personal data and non-personal data within a single legislation. Okay, even though it undermined the Puttaswamy mandate to ensure protection of personal data. Increasing digitization issues, however, despite the real concern, it was and continues to be imperative to enact data protection legislation urgently. India currently has over 750 million internet users, with number only expected to increase in future. The government is also making a strong push for digital India with increased focus on digitization and access to health, ration, etc. There is a greater focus on interlinking of data, whether through facial recognition, Aadhaar, etc. At the same time, India is among the highest data breaches of the world. It has been reported that about 18 of every 100 Indians have been affected by data breaches in 2004, with 962.7 million data points being leaked, primarily personal data points such as name, phone numbers. Without a data protection law in place, the data of millions of Indian citizens continues to be at risk of being exploited, sold, misused without their consent. Unlike state action, corporate actions or misconduct is not subject to writ protection proceedings in India. Okay. Unlike state action, corporate actions and misconduct are not subjected to writ protection proceedings in India. This is because fundamental rights are by large not enforceable against private non-state entities. This leaves individuals with limited remedies against private actors. They can either seek action under inadequate and ineffective provisions of the Information Technology Act or file civil or criminal proceeding before a court. The personal data protection legislation would remedy this lacuna by providing individuals with proper grievance redressal options and creating sufficient deterrence among the private actors inadequate and flawed as it was, the enactment of PDP bill into the law would have marked the beginning of providing a legislative framework. Instead, we are left with the vague promise of comprehensive legislative framework with no time site. Consult, work on fresh law when there, where then do the government's action leave us? It is imperative that government soon introduces a fresh data protection legislation drawn after proper public consultation. Such law should take into consideration the criticism that have been raised by the civil society as well as private sector. It should be extensively discussed and debated in Parliament. Even if the PDP bill is not most privacy respecting law, it provides certain desirable level of protection to personal data of individual. Once enacted, there is always a scope for judicial review and parliamentary amendments. That's why when even justifiable criticism around the PDP bill 19 or JPC recommendation do not justify withdrawal. After all, there is no reason to let the enemy. Let the perfect be the enemy of good. Okay. Look, we all know these things, right? But still, this is a good article. Know about it. I think within 2 or 3 or 4 days, we'll get an article why the rollback was good. Okay, so you'll get both the points here. Fine. Just wait for it. Make note out of it, right? So SSLV went Ori. It went into the wrong orbit. The SSLV mission was carrying 2 satellites, EOS-2 and Azadi-Sat. However, the mission failed to place satellite in their required orbit, and satellites, as they were already detached from the launch vehicle, were lost. The EOS-2 offered advanced optical remote sensing operations, while Azadi-Sat, on the other hand, was a collective of 75 tiny payloads integrated by students. The malfunctioning of sensor resulted in placing of the satellite in an elliptical orbit rather than a circular orbit. Satellite that orbits the Earth are mostly placed in circular orbit. One reason is that if satellite is used for imaging the Earth, it's easier that it has a fixed distance from Earth. Okay. This is the thing. Give it a read. So a malfunctioning of sensor led to this mishappening. On guardianship and adoption of minors, what are the multiple laws on adoption and custody of minor? What are the panel recommendations with respect to LGBTQI communities? Okay, the PSC tabled its report on August 8, 2022 in both houses of Parliament. Review of guardianship and adoption law. In its report, the committee has said that there is an urgent need to amend the HMGA and accord equal treatment to both mother and father as natural guardians. The Supreme Court landmark judgment in Geeta Hariharan versus Reserve Bank of India in 1999 challenged the HMGA for violating guarantee of equity of sexes under Article 14. The Adoption Regulation 2017 is silent on adoption of LGBTQ people, neither bans nor allows them to adopt a child. Okay, know this thing. Fine, this will be in news after some time. So we'll be doing that as an article as a whole, right? And let's see what else we are left with. I don't see anything now left. Okay, so we are done with this. Fine, let's do India to clinches bronze. Uzbekistan gold takes gold ahead of Armenia. Okay, the quartet of Gukesh, Nihal, and these two power the host to podium. India won top seeded USA to finish 4th. Okay, I don't understand this. Okay, bronze for India won after disappointing loss to USA. From Ukraine put a smile on world's face. Okay. Gold for Gukesh and Nihal, silver for Arjun. Okay. Fine, so I think we are done now. Yes, we are done with this. So it's time to say a goodbye to you. I'm ending the session right now. So before going, I'll urge you to subscribe the channel, like the content, comment and share the work with all your friends, family and whoever needs it, right? So it's time to take a part from you. So goodbye all, good luck, study hard and Jai Hind. So friends, I really hope that you like this video. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe our channel and share this video with your friend. Follow us on Telegram as well. Also, keep studying hard, keep following your dreams and keep tuned to our channel. Comment below for any suggestion. Till then, goodbye, good luck, keep studying hard.